Today, we are going to talk about Star Wars, and specifically, we're going to watch the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. I don't know if you guys have watched the Mandalorian TV series.
The first two seasons. I haven't watched the third.
I love the Mandalorian. It kind of shows that neutral side of the Star Wars where it's not Jedi versus Sith. It's kind of like what everyone else is doing, and I think that's really
Right.
cool. What are all these other people doing in Star Wars?
Who cares about them? Let's just focus on the 1/10 of 1% of people.
All right, Mandalorian and Grogu official trailer. Let's get into it. Razor Crest. Sigourney Weaver. Don't touch her meatloaf.
Impressive.
Baby.
Okay. I mean, and so that, I guess, is supposed to be season 4 of The Mandalorian. I believe this is wrapping up the Mandalorian and Grogu story, unfortunately, because I'd love it just to keep on going forever and ever, to be honest with you. But I believe this is actually wrapping their story up. However, I think this is what's called the MandoVerse, and this is a part of the Book of Boba Fett is a tie-in, and then the Ahsoka TV show also is a tie-in as far as that storyline that happens right after the last of the original trilogy, Return of the Jedi. So what are your thoughts overall on The Mandalorian as a TV show? I mean, do you think it does what it needs to do? Let me set that up a little bit differently. I remember when it first came out, I thought it was going to be a little bit grittier than it actually is. They showed the stormtrooper helmets on spikes and all this stuff. I thought we were going to get maybe close to a rated R version of a Star Wars show with the underworld and bounty hunters and all that. Didn't quite end up being that way. But then they brought in, obviously, the wild card being Baby Yoda or Grogu, which no one saw coming. Thought that was a brilliant move. Honestly, without that, I don't think the TV show would have made it as far as it has.
I haven't seen season 3 yet. I really liked the first 2. I was holding out hope that my wife would get into it so we could watch it together. Definitely a heck of a lot better than the sequel trilogy. I hated all of that from day one. I know we'll get into that later, though.
Okay, Nick, let's not just jump into exactly what you hate right off the bat.
I know. I like The Mandalorian. I haven't seen Ahsoka yet. I thought Boba Fett was meh. My question, though, with this movie is it just seems like it's just more of the TV show. So does it give you the feel of cinema?
I think the lines are blurred these days with it, right? TV shows are so well produced, especially the Star Wars one. What's the separator between cinema and TV show at this point?
I would say probably scale, right? So the prequel Star Wars and then the original Star Wars, scale was very large battles, large panning, visuals and things like that, really setting it's overdone, but an epic feel, right? This, there was nothing in the shots that made it seem larger in scale. This sounds like I'm hating on it. I'm not. Again, I really like The Mandalorian. And, if I was given the opportunity to watch, especially what the end of season 2 when Luke Skywalker comes in and saves the day, I sure as heck would watch it on the big screen. Maybe they're holding off more for a later trailer.
I think they will. I think they'll put more into it. I think that was almost like a longer teaser, truthfully.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the third season. I think
Yeah.
Seth, you've seen it, right? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I have also I enjoyed it. They changed something in the third season. I won't say since you haven't seen it. That did get some, I would even say maybe some hate in it a little bit from some fans. I like what I just saw because they bring it back. It does seem like Mando's back. I think it has potential. I like the fact that it looked like it was sprinkling in some humor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I do agree with what you said, Seth. When I first saw the original preview for it, I was like, "Oh, great! This is going to be dark. This is going to be the bounty hunter version. It's going to be dancing on that rated R, that really heavy to the right PG-13." And
It
it
Yes,
was
very
the like
didn't.
far.
Steven
Uh,
Spielberg PG to where it was they were like, God dang, Steven, like you're having people's like faces melt off. Now we gotta come up with like a PG-13. This has like a feel of the kooky, family friendly George Lucas, when he made a couple of the Ewok movies, and they were made for television. They were special TV events, right? But they were really well done. So yeah, this definitely has a feel of like geared more towards like family and kids, which is cool.
they still may peel off the multiple factions of the other stories, but they still could do a Bo-Katan.
They're exploring the Mandalore lore a little bit,
Mm.
right? They brought in Bo-Katan Kryze, who
Uh,
is played by
Oh wait.
God, what's her name?
right from the remake of Battlestar Galactica, she played
Right,
and
and she was in
long
the last Riddick movie.
yeah. Oh, I know why you remember her from the Riddick movie. I was thinking of
Katie
Long Knife.
Sackhoff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Katie
yeah,
Sackhoff.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, I mean, I love that exploring that whole thing. Like, I love the storyline. I think Mando as a character is a really cool one. Let's dive into the Book of Boba Fett, though,
Oh, okay.
because it was a really close crossover when it came out, and it actually got a little bit of critical response that it wasn't even really fully a Boba Fett TV show because The Mandalorian took over like several episodes and was just completely about The Mandalorian. I enjoyed it, but again, they did the same thing to Boba Fett that they did to The Mandalorian. They friendlied him up a lot. They made him very family friendly. I'm not for everyone watching, and correct me if I say anything incorrect. I'm not deep into like all the subtleties of all the characters, so I haven't seen a lot of the cartoon episodes that really flesh out, I think, Boba Fett
Oh, from the Clone
and
Wars.
seems like that. But to me, they kind of Uno reversed his character a little bit. He's not like a bad guy bounty hunter now that the TV show's come.
Well, and in the vast majority of times, he has his helmet off. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I have not seen any of these in an extremely long time. Cad Bane is in the Book of Boba Fett, isn't he?
Yeah.
That intro was cool, but then they wrapped his story up like it was like, all right, unless you're going to bring him back and he's not dead. It was really cool when they brought him in. He brought in a dark element. I'm like, oh, man, this is neat. And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're just going to kill him off. It's like, what the? You
Well,
can't
they did give
eventually,
yeah,
but
they did give the hint that he could come back. There was a small hint that he's not dead.
oh, okay. Okay. I didn't remember that. My thing is, why, for the most part, are the villains always done so much cooler in Star Wars and they're never given their like proper dues? All the lame ass villains, they give plenty of time for, but like the really cool ones like Cad Bane or Darth Maul, which we should also watch the trailer for the Darth Maul spinoff.
Is it trailer for it?
Yeah, there's like a teaser. Like it's been 2 decades of people bitching to like Lucas film being like, man, Darth Maul is awesome. Like give him more, give him more. And they're finally like, all right, I guess. Jesus. All right, we'll give him a little bit more. Oh. And it's like, okay, fuckers, like, sorry. I just derail everything. You guys talk.
So let's get back to the Book of Boba Fett overall as
Yeah.
a TV show.
Overall, I thought it was entertaining. I took it as well. I had already heard a lot of hate from maybe someone on this call, so my expectations were
No.
very, very low. So when I went in, I was like, "Oh, okay," and I watched it with the kids too. So we all enjoyed it. I will say the helmet being off the whole time was annoying. I was like, "This, like, you barely have it on." I did struggle a little bit with how quickly he went from this big bad bounty hunter that everyone feared and, went to, then all of a sudden he's just good. Like there was no inner struggle there, it seemed. That was a little bit, but I still, like I said, I enjoyed it. I thought they did it well. I think that Mando could have been in it a little bit less because I do think he kind of overpowered or overshadowed Boba Fett a little bit, but I enjoyed them sprinkling in the different characters. I liked Cobb Vanth in it. I liked the battle at the end when they all kind of go and the citizens finally come in. I think that was actually one of the cooler battles. Even talking about the Mandalorian, I still kind of like that battle, maybe one of the best in the TV shows. I think it had
got the big Rancor in there.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what? I was thinking about it a little bit more, and I couldn't quite put my finger on what I had an issue with. Mando, he is a Mandalorian who's all about like bounty hunting and everything like that, but then he becomes good. He has a heart and everything like that. My issue with Boba Fett is they kind of, to a lesser extent, just rehashed that, right? Like they should have, if they want to make him good, it should be like a long running arc, and then eventually like he's always just doing things for his own benefit. He doesn't give a crap about anyone. He's just a bounty hunter. And then like at the very end, it's like pulled out of him to where finally he has to be like a good guy. But yes, like his arc was like super quick. And it's like, okay, are all Mandalorians just like, just teddy bears at heart that you just have to like tickle them a little bit and I'm like, oh, I'm good. Right? Like the great thing about Darth Vader was in the original ones, he was like evil throughout. And his like turn at the very end was like, no, and like, grabs Emperor and chucks him. Right. That was such a long journey that everyone wanted. And you finally had to pay off right at the very end. And then he dies. Like these characters, I guess they're dealing with everyone with ADD and everyone who watches TikTok. So you have to have that, like that gratification within like 15 seconds to where like they can't write a long running like character arc. It's like, Seth, I can't believe you're evil. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. And you're like, oh, okay. Seth's good now. It's all right.
Well, I almost kind of see it as also, Darth Vader was a part of the main trilogy, right? He was a main character. It was like George Lucas's first movies. If they had the budget and someone like had the time and money to put a proper Boba Fett story together, they could probably do that. It's like a result of, okay, we're going to give you, I don't know, $5 million or whatever it costs to do the TV show. You better make something that's awesome. So they didn't have the time to properly flesh out like a long change in him. I was actually surprised they spent so much time that they did on the whole Sand People story, because that's kind of what that was, right? That's where he gains a heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but that was still in the period of time when Disney was just pumping like hundreds of millions of dollars within the Star Wars franchise before they realized like oversaturation was a thing and that they're actually undermining the franchise. So I don't think when Boba Fett came out, it was like a financial issue. And the thing is also, it came to a streaming service, right? So they didn't have to worry about weekly ratings on like ABC or like CBS or something, right? I think you're trying to give Disney an out. I think
I'm
you have
not.
some sort of like tattoo on your chest. It's like Mickey Mouse for life. One?
Maybe Mickey Mouse for life, not Disney for life, right?
Yeah, I mean Mickey Mouse is pretty great.
Where's our Mickey Mouse cameo in these TV shows, by the way?
No, right?
Yeah. I mean, we got the Power Rangers, which is my biggest issue with the Book of Boba
God,
Fett.
I remember that. Yeah. Yes. I totally forgot about that. Yes. Now I hate it even more. Good job, Seth.
Yeah. I mean, that was the one thing that stood out to me that was like really awkward. Like it was just really, really awkward. And I'm just kind of like, who greenlit that? I guess they needed to sell action figures in the store or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Also, Cobb Vanth, we got a little teaser then that he's not dead as well. So, played by Timothy Oliphant, which I enjoyed from Justified.
Yeah, he's good in like everything. Eventually, we're gonna have to talk about Alien Earth.
Have you seen it all now?
I've only seen half of it. But anyway, we're talking Star Wars. We'll talk about this later.
Well, Sigourney Weaver, by the way, she's slipping in all this cool sci-fi IP.
I know. Like, and the thing is, she's good in everything she's in. So, like, I am looking forward to seeing, like, who she is, what kind of character she is, and stuff. So, I'm looking forward to her.
Have you guys seen Ahsoka?
I've only seen, technically 2 episodes, because of Haven really wanted to see it, so she's dragging her feet, so I'm about to see all of it. I'm not waiting on it, but no, I've only seen 2 episodes. I enjoyed the episodes, because I like that character a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. No,
Ahsoka. I'm not completely sold on. I know why they picked who they picked for the character. I don't know, for some reason. I guess maybe I'm relying too much on the cartoon, the Clone Wars. I almost feel like it should have been someone a little bit younger, but I'm sure the story will tell more. I'm actually excited about the season 2 of it.
my heart was broken because Ray Stevenson, I loved him as an actor, And when I saw that he's some sort of kind of Sith, but like hybrid or whatever, I was so excited. I waited for all the episodes to come out, and then he died. And then I'm like, I just haven't had a heart to go and watch the show to see some. I'm assuming because he's awesome in everything he was in, his awesome character, and then that won't, like, you can't do anything else with it because he's passed. I don't know. So it's heartbroken.
Yeah, so we don't have to get too deep into it. We can save another conversation for Ahsoka, but I did enjoy his character. And the way it leaves it off, it's kind of like, oh, well, great. How are they going to continue this now?
Because he was actually supposed to be a big part. Because I was reading there was going to be continuation.
I always thought he would have played like a really cool like Sith in like the Old Republic, Ray Stevenson. But
So like Xbox One, Old Republic.
yeah. Like, what was it? No, obviously not Darth Nihilus because, but oh man, I'm trying to remember. He is essentially like a precursor to. Come on, Seth, you played all the games. He had breathing apparatus too. No, not Revan. Big, bulking, shaved head. He has a breathing apparatus because he gets injured.
Is it the main bad guy of the MMO
Yeah,
that BioWare made?
Yeah, and is it Darth Malgus? Malgus,
right.
yes. I always thought he would be an awesome Darth Malgus.
I was going to say, let's jump into all the other TV shows. So I don't know chronologically, where does Obi-Wan sit when it comes to the 3 we just looked at?
So what? So Luke Skywalker is supposed to be around like 10, right? When Obi-Wan comes out.
Yes.
So that would be like 10 years after the fall of the Empire.
Oh. Yeah,
So-
I'm being silly. Yeah.
Yeah. So it probably was slightly after Mandalorian. It's because Mandalorian seems like it picks up like right when the Empire falls, right?
But Luke Skywalker comes in to Mandalorian.
Right,
Remember?
Right. Yeah, but
So
Oh.
before.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
no.
Obi-Wan.
What
Yeah.
the heck am I thinking of? Yes.
Yeah.
Right. It is between
So-
the prequels and then the original. Yes.
Yeah. The prequel and the original.
What am I
And then the part that I don't know though, so it must go Obi-Wan, then Ahsoka or does Ahsoka and Obi-Wan kind of run in tandem? Because remember, Ahsoka is Anakin's apprentice, and Anakin tries to.
Yeah, well, the Ahsoka TV show is in the same timeline as Mandalorian and Boba Fett, so it's after Return of the Jedi.
Okay, so she aged. Okay,
Yeah.
Well then, never mind. So I guess that's why they got an older character. So okay, she has aged and survived. Okay,
So Obi-Wan, I'm gonna let someone else start on this. Like, what'd you think of it?
I want season 2 to come out. I feel like I'm gonna get on a Nick tirade because I was so excited about it and I was so let down because I'm like,
Oh,
even the one battle that's the first one when he fights Vader and they do all the special effects and stuff, I still just I don't know. I couldn't.
the final battle?
Well, no, the final battle was good, but it didn't save the rest of the series. I'm talking about the first time when he gets his ass whooped, and almost dies. And I know I'm gonna sound like a hater. Reva, like she was horrible. It was
The show was
I turned it off.
Kenobi.
I think it took me 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And I had to start the first episode again just because I didn't remember because I tried to block the memories because
There were elements of it that I really liked. I think overall you had to almost have, and I hate to say this, but a little bit of a suspension of belief or whatever in what the characters were. It's almost like, Nick, you were talking about Boba Fett having a
Okay.
change of heart without really any story behind it, so it feels like a little cheap. It was a little bit like this for me for Obi-Wan. Like, they made him incredibly weak in the beginning, and then all of a sudden at the end he was like super powerful.
Yeah.
And they didn't show enough of that like transition for it to be believable. It was just like he was super powerful out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And yes, no, the ending battle with him and Vader was amazing to me. I really enjoyed it. But it was a little bit, I don't want to say the script was childish. It was almost, but it was a little bit like him not being able to keep up with her in Nar Shaddaa or whatever city they were in. That was kind of like a little bit kooky and silly. There was just elements of it that just like really didn't make a lot of sense to me. I did kind of enjoy how they flipped it in the beginning, because you think it's going to be about him and young Luke, and they bring in Leia, right? I did enjoy the actress for Leia. I thought she was cute. I did think that they made her a little bit too prolific for her age. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, but like, she was very advanced for her age.
The ridiculousness of the story is everyone came to see Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ewan McGregor reprised his role. They did not come to see the character Reva, who first off is a terribly written character. And what's crazy is, but even worse acted. Like, she was by far the anchor around the neck of that entire show, to where it's like, okay, the Inquisitors, I thought, was one of the coolest things that they infused in the Star Wars universe between the prequels and then the original series. Like the idea of like Inquisitors, and like each one is cool. Now, how they kill off some of them, whether it's in like, the cartoons or these like little one-off like series and stuff like that, are a little but I don't know if she was handicapped by maybe the directors, because like her line deliveries, and I wish I could pull some of them up, is like it's straight out of just reading off the page. I think there was such a push for season 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, because everyone realized, oh my God, we shit the bed with one of the most iconic characters in all of Star Wars. Like, we have to redo this. But we're too proud to just be like, oh, psych, that was fake, and just completely redo it. They're like, oh, we'll just make a season 2 and we promise it's better. It's kind of like, House of the Dragon, where they keep on coming out, and every new season they advertise, they're like, we swear, guys, there's going to be action in this one. It's going to be good this time.
Season 2 is not in development, is it?
Yeah, there's an update on it. Let's see. Yeah, let me.
But there's not a dedicated plan yet,
Right.
because they're busy doing Ahsoka season 2 and then advertising and wrapping Mandalorian Grogu. But there is, it's not
Okay.
binged.
It's very early.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they're still apologizing to Ewan McGregor
Yeah.
profusely.
I will say, I'll try to find a positive. I kind of did like
Well,
how
thanks, Aaron.
Sung King played the fifth brother. I liked him. I thought he did well. And then, even though he annoys me in a lot of other things, I actually enjoyed the Indian guy that plays the fake Jedi. Any of the fake Jedi?
Yeah, he was in the Eternals.
Yeah. Him.
Mhm.
A lot of other things he annoys me, but I don't know, for some reason he's hustling and everything else like that. And then his change I was okay with, because he was more of a subpar character, so I guess it didn't matter. But he was still out to save himself, and then he kind of turns and helps with Leia and everything. So I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that was, because when I first saw him, I'm like, oh God, why do they have him? I'm like, oh, that's all right. The rest of the show I've despised, so just throw him in here too.
Well, Ice Cube's son was in it.
Yeah. O'Shea Jackson.
My question also is, Jason Isaacs, I don't know if you guys remember who he is, the actor. He played like the main bad guy in The Patriot. He was also in Harry Potter. Fantastic villain, fantastic actor. He voices the Grand Inquisitor. But when it comes to the live action Grand Inquisitor, they don't get him to play him. And the thing is, Jason Isaacs is a great actor, but he's not like such a huge actor that they wouldn't have been able to afford him. And he voices the Grand Inquisitor, which means he's being paid less to be a voice actor, so they can clearly afford him. Like I felt like, especially if Jason Isaacs was the live action Grand Inquisitor, Jesus, that would have been so awesome. They could have really focused on him and focused on all the other Inquisitors, and I don't know, gotten rid of Reva like immediately. Like, there's all these other Inquisitors that even have a much cooler design that will like show up in like one of the one-off like what if cartoons and then die immediately. Do that to Reva. Anyway, sorry. I'll stop. But like
Positivity.
okay, yes, positive.
I'm positive he's not going to stop.
What I really liked, what I really liked about Obi-Wan Kenobi was when Reva thinks that she can actually take on Darth Vader, and he's like,
yeah. That fight was pretty good.
Yeah. And then it like totally showed the hierarchy, and it's like, oh, you think you're great? Nope.
I did enjoy that show did show off some of Darth Vader's power. And I don't know, like right before that, when he grips the starship from leaving and then pulls it back down, I didn't realize he was that powerful. I didn't realize any Force user was that powerful.
But wait, you saw the sequel trilogy, and the Emperor pulls down a lightning storm and destroys an entire armada.
Oh, I just considered that bullshit. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, I can't even remember that. I'm glad you brought it up. I don't remember that at all. I've wiped that from my memory.
I'm wondering when we'll actually start getting to some good stuff so I can be happy. People don't think. I'm sorry.
All right, let's transition.
The Mandalorian is good. It is good. Sorry. It is good. Go ahead.
That's right. All right. Let's get to something that I really like.
Okay.
That's Andor. You guys seen Andor?
First season, yes. I didn't see the second season yet.
Okay.
Don't worry. You can spoil whatever you want.
Is the second season as good as they hype up? And talk about it, Seth, because like, I mean, I'm fine with it. I watch it. I mean, Nick told me the whole thing of Boba Fett, and I still watched it.
Yeah. So Nick, have you seen Andor?
I haven't, but if you
let's talk about it.
You like it? Sell it to me. Sell it to me. Go ahead. I've not watched any of it. Go ahead. Sell it to me. It's because I didn't really care about his character in the movie. So I'm like, man, why am I going to dedicate fucking like 16 hours to this guy? I don't even like his character. But sell it. Sell me. Come on. Sell me on it.
That is true. When I first heard this came out, I was like, why? But if you watch it, seriously, I consider it one of the best pieces of Star Wars media that they've made so far. Like, it's far and away above better than any of the other TV shows they've made. To me, it's really good. I really enjoyed season 1.
So why? Sell it to me. Come on now. Come on.
It had a lot of depth. There's a journey that the character goes on from the beginning of season 1 to the end of season 1. And he goes through a lot of shit. One of the things I enjoy is when they trick me. Like when I don't see something coming or I don't see a storyline coming and they do something different with a character. And I'm trying not to have spoilers here for you, Nick. And I feel like they did that in season 1. Like the twist, what I call the twist at the end of season 1, which is he goes to prison and that whole jail sequence. I loved that. I thought that whole thing was brilliant and was awesome. I enjoyed Rogue One though. Like not counting his character. I enjoyed Rogue One. Yeah. So I think you'll enjoy watching all of Andor and then watch Rogue One to follow it up to appreciate his character more since it fleshes him out so much.
So obviously Andor storyline is wrapped up in Rogue One, but is there going to be a third season of Andor? Or it's okay, they finished
1 and 2.
And 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and this, I agree. I've only seen season 1. I agree with what Seth said about season 1. So the part that you complained about, the moral compass gets flipped like that in these other ones. No, it's there's
Mm, yeah.
inner battles, and they go back and forth. It's like,
Hmm,
oh, it starts to
hmm.
go, oh, I'm going right back to my original, and it almost gives a little bit, even though I don't think anyone on the call likes this one, but in like the Han Solo
Oh
Yeah.
God, forgot about
Yeah.
single,
that. Yeah.
you know how they kind of like they have him like he's his own guy, and then they kind of flip back and forth. It's even got a little feel of that, but like what it should
Yeah.
have.
Oh, okay.
I think
Okay.
it does have the most in-depth story, and they really and they there's some parts that definitely tug at your heart, like it, and it's weird to have almost like the first original Star Wars had some scenes that tugged at your heart. This is the
Mhm.
first time to me that there's something that does that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, this is very well written. Like, I don't know who I need to look up the writers, but they need to just get these people to write the rest of the shows. Because to me, this is what a Star Wars story should be like.
Mm.
100%. Now,
Recommendations. I'll have to watch it.
talking about season 2,
Okay.
I really enjoyed season 2, but it's not better than season 1 for me, and I'm not going to spoil it for you
Oh.
guys. They do something consistently in season 2 that leaves me scratching my head, and it's really odd, and they do it 3 or 4 times, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Don't get me wrong, season 2 is still really good, and they tie it right into Rogue One, so it's amazing, but
Hmm.
there was something annoying they do on a consistent basis, and I'll let you guys watch to find
Hmm.
out.
Okay.
So the internet, let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I haven't looked up fan reaction to any of it, so I don't know how the world took it. Maybe they're fine with it. But
Hmm.
watch it and find out.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, I saw all kinds of people popping off saying that 2 is the greatest, and I think that's why it won some awards and stuff.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
my only thing, and it took me a little bit to get used to it in season 1, was his mom. It's not fair to her really, but every time I saw her, I was like, Harry Potter. I'm like, like that's because it's Fiona Shaw plays his mom, Nick. The
Oh,
the
yes.
the, the
Yeah.
mom,
And
the
Three Men and a Little
evil,
Little Lady.
yeah,
Yes.
and
Wait,
the
she
evil,
plays his mom?
he plays Andor's mom. Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
So I
But
didn't know she was in Harry Potter, so I didn't have that.
Why was he?
I thought Skarsgård, I thought he did well. I liked him in
Yeah.
it,
Yes.
and I liked. Well, never mind. Never mind. I'll just be quiet.
So
Some of the
really and
twists of
truly,
Skarsgård, I think. Yeah.
this is your grittier story. Out of all the Star Wars stories, this is the grittiest and
Yeah.
less fluffy.
Yeah. Because
Gotcha.
it's got like the Senate stuff and all that. Yeah. There's
Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to watch that in Ahsoka then.
For
and then
sure.
Get back to you.
and then your favorite
Okay.
Forrest Crazy Eye Whitaker.
Well, yeah.
So, oh well, yeah, that makes sense because he.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Saw Gerrera. Yep.
Yeah.
But unlike Reva, Forrest Whitaker can act. So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
kooky sometimes, but he can act. You know.
All right, so let's get to something that well, let me just ask you guys, have you seen The Acolyte?
No. Wait, have you?
I have.
It's
So-
okay. Just tell us how
Yeah.
how terrific is it?
So while Andor is the best piece of Star Wars media, The Acolyte is probably the worst. I mean far and away the worst piece of Star Wars television or movie I have ever seen in my life. It is bad. So if you want something to trump Reva and Obi-Wan, the whole show trumps it. I mean,
Really?
it is astonishingly horrible. Please don't jump on the internet if you loved it. I love that you loved it, but for me, it was a very and I'm not trying to be rude. I know a lot of time and effort goes into these things, but it seemed to me like they let interns write and direct this TV show
Yeah.
because it was very horribly done.
So correct me if I'm wrong. The reason why I did not watch that one is because I heard Ezra is the main character in Star Wars Rebels, and I heard that they essentially make him weak in the Acolyte. His arc in Rebels is he actually becomes a pretty powerful Jedi.
He's in Ahsoka.
He's in Ahsoka? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Let me see.
that's one of the main storylines of Ahsoka. Is finding Ezra.
Is Ezra retarded in Ahsoka? Yes, he is. Okay. Okay. Maybe
So I'm not familiar with the character because I never saw the cartoon, so I didn't know how he was supposed to be. If he's supposed to be special, he's not. At least
Okay.
he's not in it a lot. He's in it at the very end.
Oh,
So
okay.
he doesn't get a lot of
Huh.
screen time.
I mean, to be fair, if you look at the rankings of a live action, at the Acolyte is at the very bottom. Like even the internet says, like they're like,
Yeah.
it's at the trash
Yeah.
bottom.
So you guys don't waste your time watching that. I mean, if you're bored one day and you don't have anything else to watch and you want to watch Star Wars stuff, go for it. But you're going to be disappointed, 100%, 1,000%. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Like, well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's shocking because it sounded like they really put in a lot of time and effort to give
And
up for the
what's the
voices.
chick from The Matrix? She's in it.
Oh, Moss.
Carrie-Anne
Moss.
Moss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrie-Anne Moss. So they kind of in the marketing for it, they kind of do like a double fake on you. They make it look like she's the main character. And the first episode, she's in the first episode, but then she's more of like a supporting character after that, and she's not the main character. So that was kind of also a switcheroo that they did.
So the only like known actress with some draw, they're like, oh, we're gonna get you in with her, but not really.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I fully regret not stopping watching that after like the first couple episodes. And so mom and I watched like all the live action stuff on Disney Plus, and we got to that. She started complaining. She's like, how many episodes are left in this? And I'm like, oh God, there's like 6 more episodes. Jesus Christ. We're in too deep now. We got to keep going. It was pure torture. I think we're almost out of live action TV shows. There's one more. And I don't know if you guys have seen it or not.
Crew?
Skeleton Crew. Yes. You guys seen that?
No, I
I
haven't.
started watching it. I did actually like the feel of like Star Wars meets the Goonies type.
Precisely. Jude Law. Yeah. I thought it was a really cute show. I will say after probably the first 3 episodes, the writing got a little bit simplistic for me and I got a little bit bored, but it's still miles better than the Acolyte. And I could finish it without cringing. Fun fact, Urkel's in it if you don't pay attention.
Really?
Yeah. He's not a main character. He's like a mercenary. So you have to really pay attention to see him.
I want to see it.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I
yeah.
thought Skeleton Crew it's very much a fun kids show to watch with the kids. I enjoyed it.
Is what is it? Phil Winslow. The dad from Family Matters. Carl Winslow. Carl Winslow's not in it, is he?
I didn't see him. No, I don't believe he is. And,
bad.
Talk about like dads from childhood TV shows. At some point, we have to do an episode dedicated to Uncle Phil and Fresh Prince.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because my man, I just recently discovered this a couple years ago. He also voiced Shredder.
You didn't know that?
I had my mind was absolutely blown, dude. Like, could this man become more epic? I don't fucking think so.
Tonight we dine on turtle soup. Yeah.
Holy moly.
He's the man.
Totally. What was his name? What's the actor's name?
Oof.
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should look up his real name. But yeah.
Philip Banks. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it Philip Banks?
What? That's his
commonly
actual
referred
name?
to as Uncle Phil. Yeah. Philip Banks. Yeah.
Holy crap. That's wild.
No.
James Avery.
James Avery.
Philip Banks?
Philip Banks was in Fresh Prince. That was his. Yeah.
If you said Uncle Phil, or if you said whatever Avery, like
Yeah. No, I was like, that sounds like his actual character name. What the it is. No, it's James Avery. No.
yeah.
Shout out to James Avery though, man. Holy moly, dude. That dude shaped my childhood like crazy. What?
Mhm.
And I ended up with his haircut.
Yeah, there you go. Me too.
Not quite his complexion, but if
Yeah.
you stay on the set a little bit longer, maybe.
Yeah. I'm working on that. So that's our Star Wars discussion, you guys. Let us know. Are you excited about The Mandalorian and Grogu? And what about the rest of what's going on with Star Wars? A lot of new stuff coming out. Leave a comment. Nick, you don't want to say bye to the people with all your colorful
because
commentary today?
No, because I can sense that I am just a hater and that you guys are starting to hate me as much as I hate all these franchises. And
No, that's not the case at all.
I'm trying to stop, but there's just so much like darkness inside me that I understand how someone can turn to the dark side. I'm definitely going to see Mandalorian. I hope, they actually start making some good good products so I can love this version of Star Wars again.
Well, I'm gonna watch the Skeleton Crew, and I need to watch the second season of Andor for sure because
I will
I've been
definitely
wanting to.
give Andor a try, and if I watch it and it's shit, we're gonna have another one of these, and I'm just gonna lambast it the whole fucking time. But you know what? You guys tend to have good taste, so I'm sure I'm gonna
Yeah.
turn around and be eating my words. So
Yes, there is zero way you're gonna find Andor horrible. Zero.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Absolutely zero.